He's not a high-level executor. He's a high-level athlete.
Yeah.
Yep. And you can improve your execution with time, but he's going to need time.
Yeah.
He's going to need time. So let's talk. We got two discussion topics. One's about Fields and one's about Shanahan.
Yep.
Some people like the idea of trading up for Fields. Some people like the idea of trading up for Watson. Watson's more expensive, but both are expensive. I mean, what would you rather do?
Well, the marginal cost between, trading up to, I guess, 5 or 6 or 7 or whatever, you're going to have to give up a future 1 for that as well, maybe a 2.
Hold on, I'll tell you exactly. I'll tell you exactly. Trade value chart to get from 12 to 7. Let's say 7. So that's okay. 7 is 1,500 points. 12 is 1,200 points. So really, that's 300 points. That's a late 2. So the Niners don't have a late 2, but you could figure. Basically, it's like the 60th pick in the draft. That's what the difference is. So it's not a ton, but it is a second round pick. It's a first. You're spending essentially the 12th pick and the equivalent of the 60th pick to take Justin Fields.
Our second round pick. I mean, let's be honest. I mean,
yes,
that's what
it would. It would. Yeah. And so Watson would be like 3-4 first round picks. It'd be much more expensive.
Yeah. So, but a first and a second for a guy that's not going to play for 2 years versus, some future ones for a guy that is awesome. Like, what's the point of the picks anyways, right? Picks are there so you can get somebody like Watson. And I'll just merge this into the other discussion. I think Kyle Shanahan knows he's burning daylight. Like, he needs to get going here, So, and plus you can get something back from Jimmy if you get Watson. So, yeah, I'd definitely be pushing the boat out on DW4 instead of trying to trade up for a project like this, dude.
Yeah, like my trade package that I would offer for Watson is Bosa, next year's first, and a conditional in 2023 that could become a first if Bosa, next year's first for Watson, not for Fields. Bosa, next year's first, and a conditional pick that could become a 1 in 2023 if Watson takes the Niners to the Super Bowl in the next 2 years. So it would take a lot to get Watson. If you don't do that, then you're trading first round picks forever.
That
so
doesn't
it's tough
make sense to me because the point of getting Watson is because you have Bosa on a rookie contract. So that would be too much for me.
Here's the thing. I don't want to give 7 assets. I don't want to give a ton of draft picks for Watson because you need the draft picks to build around it. I would want to give as few assets as possible for Watson. And if you're going to give up only 3, you got to give up your most valuable assets. That's the way I look at it.
Bosa was voted by his peers the 17th best player in the league already.
And that's why he has such high value. My problem is I don't believe that he's going to have a healthy career. But there's no way to know. There's no way to know. So I'm fading him. I'm shorting him, to use a term that I don't exactly understand.
I know you want to get down below the 14% or whatever, the salary cap with the quarterback and everything, but think about the other positions too. Defensive end is almost as rich as a quarterback when you really pay it out, right? So
yes, it is. And this guy's gonna. I mean, Joey's making $27 million. This guy's probably gonna get $30 million if he rebounds fully. So hold on. What I'm saying is, look, it's more expensive to get Watson. Whatever the package is, it's a lot. But I'm cool with it to an extent because he's a known quantity. You know exactly what you're getting. You're getting one of the top 5 quarterbacks in the league before his prime.
Yeah.
With Fields, you're trading up and you don't really know what you're getting. I mean, you see a guy who has great gifts who needs to be developed. You don't know how he'll develop.
Yeah.
You don't know if you have the situation for him to develop well. You don't know if he has the work ethic or any of that stuff. I mean, I'm more comfortable trading even Bosa with that package than giving up a second for Fields, who could be a flat-out bust. At least with Watson, he's not going to be a flat-out bust. He's going to be a baller.
Yeah.
Freaking baller.
Yeah. I hear you.
So,
I just want to get rid of Bosa. I think that he's the reason that you want to have a franchise QB because you have 2 years to win when he's still on a rookie deal.
Let me throw something else at you then. If you don't want to give up Bosa, the other person that I think would have equal or almost equel value is Kittle. Would you be cool with Kittle? No. Well, then I don't know if you're getting Watson.
You can't have Kittle or Bosa. No way.
You can have Fred Warner. That's what Peter King put in his proposed thing. But let's be honest, middle linebacker ain't getting it done. Okay, real quick. I
got to wrap up.
JB, we got to wrap up. JB says, cut Jimmy, draft every need, but quarterback sign Fitz, Magic, or veteran quarterback. Wait till next year. Yep, I would do that. Although I would take a quarterback. I love Kellen Mond. The more I was talking to Jesse Naylor, who was on with me the other day, compares him to RG3. I think there's something to that. RG3. except in the SEC on a team without playmakers. And before the knee injury. Final question, and then we got to go. Does Kyle Shanahan feel a sense of urgency to win now? Why?
Well, I think he does. I mean, it's been 4 years, right? 4.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't need to draft a rookie to keep his contract like some coaches do, bring in a new project and then you get 2 years. Everyone knows he's a genius and that he can scheme it all out. But I think now is the time where if you look at your roster and you got all these guys in rookie contracts, you push the boat out now, and I think he's going to. And he's making the calls, not John Lynch. We all know that. So, he's going to go for whatever the best thing that he thinks he can get. And if he thinks it's Kirk Cousins, whatever, people keep saying that. But, whatever he thinks is the best, he's going to get it. I'm pretty sure about that.
Let me give you a devil's advocate point here. He got the 6-year extension.
Yeah.
So even if I think his reputation depends on him not having another losing season. If he has another losing season, people around the league will maybe stop going to bat for him the way they do, or calling him the next Belichick and things like that. But if he has a 6 and whatever, I don't know how many, they have 17 games next year. So if he goes 6-11 next year, something like that, I don't think he's going to get fired or even traded. So in the sense that's the sense of urgency. When they came into 2019, I think he was on the hot seat in the sense that if he had another losing season, 3 straight to start, most guys get fired at that point. Most coaches do.
Yeah.
So the sense of urgency, he should have one, but I just feel like he's like, what, I'm saying if they fire me, I'd still get hired by 30 other teams.
First guy hired.
Okay. I feel like John Lynch is the one who has a sense of urgency, which is maybe why we're hearing him talk so much to the media. If this season goes bad, I think Lynch gets scapegoated. So now I think we're hearing the sense of urgency.
That's a good point. Yeah. Kyle's not going anywhere. He'd be the top candidate anywhere.
And I think if they ever feel like they want to move on from Kyle, the move is to trade him. You don't fire him because as it's true, a lot of people would like him. And John Gruden got the Raiders 2 firsts and 2 seconds back in the day. Kyle Shanahan might be able to get him more.